Hello, this is Angelo, and I want to welcome you to the Digital Growth Masterclass, or if you prefer, the Project Next Accelerator. The name is not so important. What is truly important is that for the next 6 months, I will be your guide, your mentor, your coach, and I will help you grow the mindset and the skill set required for you to have a successful digital product launch. So, I want you to think of me kind of like the supporting wheels on a bike. And when you start learning, how to ride a bike, you need these supporting wheels. But eventually, your confidence and your skill set grows, right? So these supporting wheels start to bend a bit, and then they become like obsolete and you can remove them. So this is about it. You have like a 6 month period so that you can remove these supporting wheels and support yourself with the only thing that will never be taken away from you, your self-confidence, your inner power. This is all you need. And as we're talking about that, let's go to step number one from all the things that I want to talk to you about today. This will be a short video, don't worry. I remind you that I always respect your time, and when we are communicating, I always bear in mind that we all have 24 hours. So I will keep these briefings and these webinars as short and concise and effective as possible because I want to give you the time to apply these things, right? So, number one, I talked about mindset and skill set. The former is something that is essential. Like, remember, Tony Robbins says, like 80% is mindset, 20% is skill set, mechanics, right? But that is not all. The skill set is not entirely your responsibility if you want to. So you can delegate video marketing and you can delegate who will do the landing page for you and who will optimize this landing page and the email sequence and so on. But the mindset part is only you. As Jim Rohn used to say, I cannot do your push-ups for you. If you want to have like a more fit body, you have to do your push-ups. And if you want to grow your mindset to the level that you firmly believe that you deserve and you can and you will create a successful digital product, this is you. So there will always be two parts in this equation. The part of teaching and conveying knowledge, but also conveying the mindset. So if you watch module number 1, you will see how important mindset is. And on that note, always watch Project Next modules like two people watching at the same time. One will be the student of what Tony or Dean or some other mentor will say, and number two is how they are doing it. So focus on what attitude they have to convey their message to their audience, because this is what you will be doing eventually, right? So if this is your first digital product launch, you want to actually study how Dean or Tony are moving, how they're using their tonality and so on. Now, remember, going back to our number one point, the mindset is yours to have only if you do the work. As you move along, some negative thoughts will start, to hike inside your mind, as they always do. Negative thoughts will not go away. The point is, how much do you actually pay attention to those thoughts, and how much do you actually consult those thoughts as, your guide? The difference maker is not to eliminate negative thoughts. This will never go away. The difference maker is for you to take charge of your financial future, take charge of your plan to launch a successful digital product without actually caring about the naysayers in your mind. So, now, step number 2. I have my cheat sheet with me, and I want to remind you that two very important percentages, the 1% and the 10%. What is that? Right. So, the 1% in these digital products that we follow right now, like Project Next, the 1% goes through the modules and takes the actions necessary to succeed without any kind of external support, let's say, or guidance. This could be you, and I want this to be you. But maybe you're not on the 1% yet, and you are on the 10%. The 10% are those people who actually go through the course. So we have a remaining 9%, right? But they're not so eager to take the right action. Or maybe they start taking action and they don't follow up. And what about the 90% then? I only mentioned like 2 percentages. Well, get this. Even though they paid a significant amount of money to get their hands on Project Next, on the best product that I have ever seen in the last 12 years that I follow the digital marketing community, and all the major launches, the 90% will not even finish the course, if you can believe that. This is insane to me. You have invested $997. You have invested time to think about getting Project Next or not. You have invested time to go through 1 or 2 modules. You have invested time to have mentors like Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, who have a waiting list for years to coach someone, and you don't go through the course. This to me is an indication. It has nothing to do with the course, right? Nothing to do with the course. This is an indication of lack of self-love and self-respect and respect of our dreams and our desires. And I want you, if you're, for some reason, you were inclined right now to be in this 90%, to say, never again. Never again I will be starter and not a finisher. Never again I will go through a course and actually not take charge of what I learned and use it as a tool, as a vehicle to get myself towards my financial destination as soon and as fast and as easy and as fun as possible. This is what I'm right now. I am putting all my energy towards you becoming, like in a heartbeat, the number 1%. And commit to that. Commit to the fact that you will be doing, you will be going through the course and you will be taking the action necessary. And you will accept fully my support. This is not a sign of weakness. This is a sign of power. This is a sign that you put your super self and your financial destination first. Your super self is not someone who does not accept help. Your super self is someone who accepts graciously the support and the help and all the delegates and all the technology required for you to achieve your dreams. Because this is something that this is one of the core beliefs that we will be breaking in the forthcoming weeks and months. The fact that maybe right now, for you to achieve the next level of financial success, maybe this was one of my core problems, let's say core obstacles. Maybe you think you need to put a lot more time and a lot more effort and energy. So for many people, the only way they can think about to double their income is to get another job or work twice as much or twice as hard. This for me, this was like a game changer when I finally got into this limiting belief and honed in and said, like never again. I will completely disassociate time and effort from my income and only focus on the value that I bring to my community, to my customers, and to everyone who gets in touch with my content and my value. Because let me remind you this, what Trent Shelton said, which is very important. You will never, ever, ever get the value that you will never comprehend the outreach of your value and the ripple effect of the value. You create one video, and this video is watched by 10 people, but these 10 people have families and friends, and their vibration and their teachings, again, are conveyed to these people, and this butterfly effect that we are talking about. And this small shift from one person could create a magnanimous shift in humanity. And you will never ever know how far your message can go. But what you do know is that you can get better today and become a better conveyor of that message. You can work on your mindset, you can work on your skill set and grow immensely to the point that you desire, to the point not only that you have your financial success, but to the point that your message is conveyed to the level that you desire. Remember the punchline that I use to end every single daily shot of inspiration. I say you deserve everything you want, and we all deserve your best self, right? So I have been doing this for 6.5 years now, every single day, writing at least one daily shot of inspiration. Some days it was a double shot as well, because I felt like it. I felt that this message had to go through right now. But every single one of them ends with the same punchline. And this is not like a cliche, something that I thought of. It would be a nice idea, to finish, to sign up all my emails with that. No, I felt it, because the first person, the first student that I want to convey this message to was me. And I wanted to remind Angelo that, Angelo, you deserve everything you want. And we all, humanity, the world deserves your best self, not a mediocre version of yourself. So this is one of my challenges right now, to convince you that as you wake up, like every single day, you have basically an infinite wardrobe of selves to wear. Which version of yourself will you wear today? Which version of yourself will you wear to go through module 1, go through module 2, apply the teachings of module 1, module 2? Which version of yourself will actually finish the course? Which version of yourself will actually take charge of your financial future? And that is what matters. So, next, you cannot move an inch without remembering your why. And this is like step number 1. You want to fully define success for you. Step number 1, not for what I'm teaching you today, but step number 1 to what you will be doing to succeed. You want to define success for you. Forget about what, like social media is pumping into your mind. Forget about your role models. You don't want to be a 5% Tony Robbins or 2% Angelo or whatever. You want to be a 100% you, and you want to define success. For example, I will never ever, I admire financial success from some people, but I will never ever get into the trap of having like a 10 times more luxurious and bigger yacht and not having the time to actually enjoy it. So I know my why. My why is like to sail Greece or any other place in the world, and teach you from there if possible. And maybe if I, like do a short timeout right now, in the next 6 weeks, 6 months, excuse me, in the next 6 months, I intend to have as many backgrounds as possible for you and do these coaching calls from anywhere that I intend to be in the world. I may be here at my home in my like little studio, but if I am someplace else, so be it. I will focus on conveying my message to you, and I will also give myself permission to express my super self, and my super self has a high priority on being free in terms of time and location. So I want to be able to do what I want from anywhere in the world and convey my message. And I will do my best to keep, like the lighting as good as possible and the audio as good as possible. But always I will keep in mind that Angelo needs to enjoy the world as well. So this is what I will be teaching you. And that's the next step I want to talk to you about today, the spiritual agreement. Remember, one of your bonuses is a separate workshop where we will actually go through the steps for you to have a strong, solid spiritual agreement. And what I mean by that, I will give you like a brief overview right now, is that in the spiritual agreement, you want to have a balance between what you will be giving and what you will be receiving. Remember, remember this simple exercise. Like take 10 breaths right now. Like it's like the fourth breath and I cannot do that. I cannot inhale anymore. I have to exhale, right? I cannot take 10 breaths. And I can also not exhale forever. I have to inhale before. So there has to be a balance between what you give and what you receive. Remember that. Remember this balance. This is where most people will fail eventually because, they think like, I mean, I've been doing these webinars for like 2 years. Where is my Ferrari? Where is my yacht? Where is my like financial freedom? I mean, have you thought about your community? Maybe they're asking, where is the next version of Angelo? What has Angelo done in the last 2 years to grow and give me more value and be more concise with their messages, not like ramble on for hours without any value and so on. So every time you remember this spiritual agreement that you will create before you begin, this is part of your success program, your success ritual. You will have this spiritual agreement. I actually have one here. Actually, this book, as Jim Rohn used to say, this was a gift, but maybe it cost like, I don't know, $20, $30, right? It's personalized, so maybe it cost a bit more. But it's worth, oh, uh, I don't know. I think it's priceless for me. It's priceless, right? And one of the things I have here is the spiritual agreement for my next dot. And this next dot has to do with you because I made a spiritual agreement to be the perfect, the safest, the most luxurious, the fastest bridge between you, Tony, Dean, and the other mentors of Project Next. This is my dot. And of course, this is what I will be giving. And I will also be receiving a few things. And I have created a spiritual agreement that I will do that and I want to get that in return. Okay? This is what we call as a spiritual agreement. And remember, you may not get everything right, but if you put it on your design stage, more often than not, you will get it. And this is the magic of the design stage that we're doing right now. This intro coaching call basically has to do with the fact that what you put on your design stage has a very high success rate, has a very high chance to actually become a reality. If you let things, like, I don't know what will happen, maybe I will succeed, maybe not, maybe I go through the whole course, project next, like maybe not. Maybe I will watch Angelo's coaching call, maybe not, and so on. If you put like so many variables, you shouldn't be, like wondering why you didn't get the results. Actually, right now we just crossed the 20-minute mark. Let me tell you this. Not everyone will watch this part of my presentation because so many people are eager, to go through life like they do on social media. What's next? What's next? What's next? They forget that mastery is what gets you results. So, I think I've covered whatever I wanted to say. One last thing though. Remember this. Remember that you have access to my chat coaching as well, and you can ask as many questions as you want regarding the program, Project Next, and its implementation to your plan, to your success plan. Okay? Use it. Never ever let a question, like staying in your mind for long. Get it answered quickly, immediately. Get support. I'm not here, of course, to do like administrative parts. I cannot help you with support issues regarding mastermind.com or anything that has to do with the modules, like if a video is not loading or something. I do not have access to that. I'm here to coach you. I'm here to be your supporting wheels for 6 months. I'm here to help you lift off as soon as possible towards your financial destination with your next digital product. Use this support as much as possible. Give this chance to yourself to take your dreams and where you are right now and put them together. Become one with what you call your super self, your ideal lifestyle, your ideal business. And we will be talking a lot more about that in the forthcoming months. But I want to remind you this cliche, that you actually truly deserve everything you want, and we all deserve your best self. So, this is Coach Angelo signing off. I hope you enjoyed and you got some valuable insights on our first coaching call together. And I will be seeing you very, very soon with the next coaching call. Ciao, ciao.